another world that was lost to the darkness. Is that... Ven! Ven, what did you come here to tell me? I know I promised to wake you up. I'm sorry. But I have to find a way home before I can help you. I just want you to know that it's been you that keeps my heart strong, keeps the dark away. It's a mirror. What? What just happened? Those mirrors. Maybe they're a clue.
Yes, I wonder indeed. And wouldn't you know who's behind it, Aqua? Umbrella Corporation. Should have known they'd be behind the Realm of Darkness, but in any case, greetings, I am Solidus-Skully, and welcome to the Kingdom Hearts 3 commentary. I'm not going to bring up the fact that this was from the 2.8 HD collection again, because that would be tedious, redundant, and you should know full well why this is included in the Kingdom Hearts 3 commentary, because I explained it, and if you haven't, well, get help. But in any case, now we enter the second part numero 2 of our little jaunty world commute. Again, if you couldn't already tell by the mirrors, and of course Princess Ventus, truly the most effeminate of princesses we've ever seen in this franchise. Well, yeah, here's pretty much us, you know, bopping about in Snow White Land. In this case, basically being a little bit of an interdimensional pastiche on well, mirror mirror on the wall, who's the hottest bitch of them all? Never mind, I am. Ooh, yes I went there. Cause I am thick there. But in any case, this is very much just you know, another round of Aqua, well, as you're going to be hearing in just a few moments, facing a few of her inner demons. But first, let's turn the lights off.
Are you really worthy of being a Keyblade Master?
Yes. Are you truly worthy? I mean, even though you were a gaudy teacher's pet, you know, you could have had better communication. Well, then again, Aqua being a Keyblade Master wasn't really the problem. It was really more, well, again, as I pointed out on Birth by Sleep, a lack of communication skills that led to everybody being completely fucking messed up. And I mean, even in turn, actually, no, it was just a lack of communication skills and the fact that Aqua should have sent Aqua with Terra, so really, either that or maybe just giving him some more training. I don't know, maybe take him on as like a personal student, you know. He obviously needed a little bit of extra help, so give it to him, maybe? Again, I don't know. Maybe it might be like a Japanese thing in terms of how they teach their students, but then again, well, again, I mean, given that the whole Keyblade thing is basically meant to be, you know, a Jedi Knight kind of thing, which, even in and of itself, was meant to be like, the Knights of Charlemagne by way of like, what was the way it was in? By the way of the samurai, so yeah, I really don't know what to say. By the way, this entire battle is completely pointless, by the way, as we go into Spellweaver. I believe you can get me through the night. Yeah, this is just another one of those optional challenges you can do. In this case, just turning off all the lights, defeating all the shadows, and bada bing, you do the thing and we'll get us some extra unlockable body pieces for Aqua to wear as you continue to play pretty dress up with this game's little tertiary clothes mechanic. As I sort of haphazardly mentioned beforehand, no, the outfit mechanic doesn't return for Kingdom Hearts 3 because Sora does have, you know, different outfits depending on the world he enters, and indeed, you know, similar from Kingdom Hearts 1 to 2, and indeed, you know, 2 to 3, Sora's outfit does, in fact, you know, change. So again, he'll start up with his Kingdom Hearts 2 duds, then eventually get his Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit, but, yeah, in the meantime, though, you don't get to switch between outfits, you know, via the menu, which I think personally would have been cool, and, you know, given my preference to the Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit, I would have preferred to have seen that one, but yeah, sadly, it's only just minor aesthetics. Again, you don't get to give Aqua, you know, pretty dresses, you don't get to stylize her outfit to make it look cool, or have it styled after maybe some other Kingdom Hearts characters, but yeah. Or even like, you know, some other aesthetics like the organization cloak, or, you know, anything of the sort, really. It's just small things like, oh, let's wear some fake angel wings that you could probably buy for like, I don't know, $10 down at a local costume shop. Or here, just let your little, you know, sashes and sarong get a color change. I mean, then again, I do say that they don't really put much stock into the whole, you know, clothes changing aspect, but then again, that just seems to be a thing for a lot of modern games, particularly Devil May Cry 5 and, well, on that aspect, Devil May Cry 4 were particularly egregious with that, where, like, I mean, apart from Nero having his prototype outfit from one of the earlier demos, yeah, all Dante and, well, by extension, Nero and Virgil get is just palette swaps. Like, I mean, in DMC5, for example, Dante only gets, like, a skin coloration based on his reboot phase, and,
Your bonds of friendship only tie you down.
yes, well, thank you, Aqua. But yeah, Virgil just gets, like, a lighter variant of his skin, and, yeah, again, really, it's just, like, a lot of pointless palette swapping, when even, you know, fan mods can easily just sort of, you know, change up the outfits a little bit, make them look reasonably decent in HD, minus maybe some of the clothing physics and, well, again, like, some of the more realistic, well, again, physics, you know, that make hair pieces move, or, you know, things sachet and everything. I don't know, bit of an odd duck, but, yeah, it's just weird. I guess maybe it's too resource-intensive, who knows, but either way, special stuff.
Just let go of everything and fade into the darkness.
Yeah, I really didn't have a lot of time to explain what that section was, but yeah, a lot of this is basically just sort of optional stuff. You'll know which mirrors you need to enter into if you see, like, a completely different area from, you know, where you currently are. But again, you do pish little side missions. You can also tackle, you know, what was basically get extra treasure tests for more items. And again, we finally get to showcase the ability that happens if you're running forward while, you know, using your Blizzard ability. Basically get to do a little bit of a nice stuff, which I guess technically means that Aqua does to some extent have some flow motion abilities, but that's weird. I thought that was more of like an exclusive perk of Yensid's training as opposed to, well, I mean, again, as the old saying goes, hit ball to pass test with Eriquis. I don't know, maybe this was technically the special knowledge she got by being a Keyblade Master? I don't know. Although, then again, I mean, it would also go out of its way to imply that maybe Terra got this training as well. I don't know. To me, like, I mean, from what I've glanced from bits and pieces of, you know, Union Cross, Birth by Sleep, and, you know, a Dream Drop distance in and of itself, I guess maybe different eras of Keyblade Mastery and different teachers have their own way of doing things. I don't know, it's a bit of an odd duck, but you know what, I'll allow it, and anyway, as we continue to fight the Heartless and freeze them to death, using our shot lock and blasting them away, yeah, you remember how when I first uploaded, you know, part 1 of Kingdom Hearts 3, which is actually the day that I'm recording it as May 15th, 2025, yeah, I said that there was basically a complete drought of Kingdom Hearts, you know, 4 information from basically since the reveal trailer. Well, I ended up having to eat my own fucking words, because literally the day I posted that, you know, that first part of Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah, not only did we get the confirmation that Kingdom Hearts Missing Link was cancelled, but in turn, also, yeah, we got some new screenshots of Kingdom Hearts 4, showcasing, you know, the scrap and build mechanics, some of the new designs of the Heartless, and, well, what looked to be the Heartless mixed in with some of the more technological aspects of, what seemed to be, spoilers towards the end of this game. I was about to say what it was, but you'll be seeing by the time we get into this game good and proper. Particularly once we visit the Toy Story world, which gives us a little taste, but I hold my tongue. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, it just showed us a few nice, tasty screenshots, some updated, some slight updates in the lighting and models of Sora and Strelitzia, the character whom I'll probably talk about a little bit later, but, yeah, needless to say, it's, yeah, I mean, again, it's still obviously in development, and I can't imagine we'll probably be getting much more in the way of information, at least until, like, I was gonna say E3, but I forgot that E3 doesn't exist anymore. But, one of those sorts of, like, I don't know, South by Southwest, Tokyo Game Show, live stream, Sugar Me Do, things that they seem to have nowadays in lieu of a, central expo where people talk about video games or whatever. Well, they still do technically, but that's neither here nor there in this case. It's an all-digital world, and it's a world that, as you can no doubt tell by my very stuttery performance, I'm not very familiar with, because despite being a person of the modern era, and born relatively well into the internet's lifespan, well, sort of. I mean, would you count mid to late 90s well into the internet when it was only really just getting started, and even I myself, I don't recall having regular access to the internet until like 2003 or whatever, so, take that for what it's worth. Yeah, it's strange times we live in, and I'm not very tech-savvy. I mean, as Sora will say much later in the game, I can't computer. So why am I doing reviews and commentaries? In any case though, this is very much our gimmick of the now. Look into the mirrors, for you see, objects in the mirror are often closer than they appear. And that's pretty much how you shift the platforms all up, about, and to and fro, and yeah, that's pretty much how you get your way through, which I suppose can also bring me to my next talking point of, what, Aqua's little prologue does specifically that the rest of the game doesn't really do, and that's, again, by proxy of the linear focus, as I mentioned, as we were collecting the gears back in Cinderella's very smelly world. Yeah, like a lot more of a sort of puzzle-focused, I'd hesitate to say dungeon design, but yeah. You're doing a little bit more in terms of interaction with the worlds, and that's not to say that you don't interact with the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3, but, yeah. You'll be seeing it as soon as we get to, Sora's section good and proper, but yeah, they're a lot more wide open, and, yeah, very interesting dichotomy is how Aqua allows for a little bit more of a laser-focused design as we traverse through hell, compared to Sora, which really seems to, spread his wings, explore the world, and, kind of fittingly, given the character's outlook on life, has a lot more fun interacting with people, whereas Aqua is, hero no lonesome. Suffering from, pessimistic thoughts that just sort of wheel her way into her head, and you know what, I will say that, I mean, I did kind of mention towards the end of the last part that this game gives Aqua a little bit more to do. And again, part of the reason why I did want to include this prologue is because, again, this game does give her a lot of self-doubt and, I wouldn't say it completely, evaporates her confidence, but, it does very much sort of treat her, as somebody who's dealing with the fallout of birth by sleep. I mean, back then, she was the competent one, having to reel in those naughty boys. But this time, though, she's questioning, was I truly worthy of being a Keyblade Master? Did I have the right skills? Am I falling into darkness myself for being in this realm so long? Am I going crazy? And, much in the same way as, a lot of people would probably have their own negative self-doubt and, negative thoughts going, oh man, this sucks. I should kill myself. Man, that tree, I could just drive my car right into it and I'll fucking die. There's a good-looking knife over there. It'll be even better when I slit my wrists. I mean, again, I'm saying all of this in jest, obviously, but I mean, I can't be the only one who's ever had those thoughts before. But, yeah, I mean, again, it's just those sorts of thoughts. Like, I mean, you're not even fully feeling like, miserable, like, oh, boo-hoo, nobody loves me, I'm going to die, or whatever. Like, nothing so dramatic. It's just those little whispers that, eke their way into your head.
Is this what it means to face your demons? Only your heart is hollow enough to be a demon's.
That's not true! My heart is strong! I'll prove it!
Oh, is it, Aqua? Tell me, have you ever had a dream that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? Okay, that'll be enough Matrix Path of Neo quotes for one day, but, I mean, even in the meantime, though, yes, this is, yeah, a bit of a recurring element with Aqua as she literally faces her inner demons and, her own self-doubt, and, yeah, I mean, this isn't just something that, you know, is just like a one-time deal. You do begin to see a lot more of this as Kingdom Hearts 3 actually begins to unfold, and, you know, I mean, even post-Kingdom Hearts 3, just to kind of give the game away a little bit, yeah, Aqua does still deal with this, but, you know, thanks to having some budding good friends, she's, able to keep a handle on her mental health, for the lack of a better phrase. Destroy with the Prism Rain!
Terra, then, and now my own phantom. What could it all mean?
But yeah, that also wasn't technically the end of Aqua's little romp throughout Dream... Well, it's not even technically Dreamland, this is basically, again, as I think I mentioned in Kingdom Hearts 1, this is basically the Kingdom Hearts equivalent of Hell, between, like, the three realms. Realm of Light, Realm of Darkness, and, well, again, as we saw a little bit in Kingdom Hearts 2, the Realm of Nothingness. I guess it could be Purgatory, but, you also tend to get erased, if you spend too long in there, as Ansem the Wise nearly found out, so... Yes, we continue to hear Aqua continuing to doubt herself, and, well, starting to succumb to the fringes of darkness herself. Yeah, we still have pretty much 3 more mirrors to shatter as we get through the main ones here. The ones we were doing before was just a warm-up act. A little taste of the darkness to whet her appetite. Yeah, but in any case, to kind of talk about the design a little bit, I mean, it does get, you know, very esoteric and very... Well, I mean, I hesitate to use the term Wonderland-esque. I mean, a lot of this section here is sort of reminding me of a Silent Hill Downpour, actually, with the, you know, the infinite staircase you had to go up, and then turn all the way back down, in order to find the exit. But in this case, it's pretty much just sort of, I don't know, continuing on upwards, really. Also giving me slight vibes of the Matrix Path of Neo, really, which, you know, for those of you who remember the... I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was that Merovingian level where... Distorted Dimensions, that's it, with you had all the esoteric doors. In a very MC Escher kind of style. I mean, I was gonna say that not quite that the Realm of Darkness gets to that level, but to be honest, it kind of does, because, I mean, again, what the Realm of Darkness basically is, again, the place where a lot of Heartless flood, where they're at their strongest, most importantly, and, well, yeah. You know, it's a place where realms are gradually consumed, and, yes, everything returns to a state of, well, entropy, really. But yeah, we pretty much have 3 scraps against, you know, the Mirror Aqua, which is, you know... I mean, again, it's ostensibly just there to sort of pad out the content a little bit. I think they probably should have saved this as, like, a big, sort of... a big bash boss fight for, you know, the final one, but... whatever. We get a chance to use Prism Rain yet again. And, yeah, we get to see Aqua face herself. Just like the Boogeyman, because you must face him. Or smash your toys, or pretend that he doesn't actually exist, or thumb such bullshit. But yeah, Mirror Aqua does basically have a lot of your moves. Again, she will pretty much use a lot of Prism Rain, and her attack patterns, well, without... excuse me. Yeah, they will be mirroring a few things you'll be seeing later. Ooh, that had a height. Yeah, I thought it would have been a cutscene there, but no, it's just the mirror breaking. Am I that ugly? Or was Aqua a vampire? I'm very curious, my friend. By the way, just taking a look at the background of there, and the background outside of the mirrors, this kind of reminds me of, like, the final... Well, kind of like the whole Shattered Heart station where, you know, Ventus and Vanitas, you know, clashed at the end of their story in Birth by Sleep. I don't know, kind of interesting. I mean, obviously it's there to sort of reflect the whole, oh, Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. The dwarves were mining for gems, and that's probably what it's actually meant to be, but... I don't know, I mean, considering that we saw Princess Ventus earlier, could be a bit of intentional symbolism, but, who knows, really? As we enter the ancient hallway from Sonic Frontiers right here. Or at least something that looks quite similar to it, but, yeah. Basically, you need to do a little bit of perspective flipping. Kind of similar to that other puzzle in Silent Hill Downpour, where, again, attack the glowing sugar-me-doo, get on the opposite side, and basically you'll eventually find your way towards, well, the mirror, that you will need to face yourself. And if there was any other audience watching, they'd probably be expecting some sort of Persona joke, or... Was that Shin Megami Tensei? No, I'm pretty sure it's Persona, but again, I don't really give a shit about that series past, like, 2, so... Whatevers. Innocent sin and eternal punishment is where my Persona journey ends. But yes, the further you'll get from the light... then you're basically gonna have to start all over again. But yeah, there are still enemies bopping about here, so do be on your guard, but... Again, like, I mean, small puzzles like this, they don't overstay their welcome, they're pretty cool and trippy, so... Yeah, overall, as you make progress towards where you need to go, it's, again, gimmicks that don't outstay their welcome, and, I mean, again, if you do know what you're doing, Aqua's prologue can be done with pretty quickly, which I guess... Well, somewhat paradoxically, for them cutting it out of, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 good and proper, like, I suppose, you know, it means that it's over quick enough so you don't have to worry about, again, to kind of use an old adage of, you know, the old YouTube commentaries and Let's Plays of the day, welcome to part 30 of Kingdom Hearts 2, where we have the title screen. Oh god, Roxas is a garbage character. Rate 5 stars, post a video response. Old other YouTube things like customizable channel backgrounds and... God, I don't want this to turn into a whole nother rant of like Skully rambles about missing like you know, old Web 2.0, you know, art design aesthetics from you know, the days before HTML coding was, I think, standardized. But yeah, it's an era of the internet that I miss. But days long since gone. But to get back to my salient point, however, though, again, Aqua's prologue is over with pretty quickly, and it probably would have helped if it was in Kingdom Hearts 3 good and proper, but... I don't know, wish in one hand, shit in the other. Now, the final battle against evil Aqua. Or should I say, evil Qua. And I'm trying to see here, does she have her own version of the Master's Defender, or is that with Aqua's Rainfall Keyblade? I can't really get a good look at it here. Might have to pause the game and see, maybe? Whatever. I'm just trying to see if they might have reused the model from, you know, what they were intending to use for Kingdom Hearts 3, where Aqua does eventually get her original Keyblade back. It's just, yeah, I don't know if they would have used it for this one. Oh dear! Yes, be careful. Barrier, save me! But unfortunately, it could not save us, as we fell victim to Spellweaver. I believe you can get me through the night. But yeah, the most annoying thing about evil Aqua is that she basically likes to teleport spam, really. Again, Spellweaver can be pretty easily avoided, as you saw there with the aforementioned barrier defense, but yeah, anything else though, it's that, again, she likes to do the no, I have teleport abilities and you don't, so yeah, that kinda sucks. And she doesn't even have Ghost Drive. But yeah, it's really just a case of, oh no, I gotta disappear. Squaddle-ah. There, now you will have your own taste of Spellweaver. I believe you can get me through the commentary as I sing to pad out the time. But yeah, again, decent fights and, you know, one of the more eclectic ones apart from the final one, which admittedly is using a boss that you've seen before, but I stay my tongue on that because on that note, I'm Solidus-Skully, keep a new metal, and next time on the Kingdom Hearts 3 commentary, yeah, more torture for Aqua.
That's all of them. Terra and Ven didn't have anything to say. But my shadow, she wanted to destroy me. Never would have thought I'd become my own worst enemy. I've talked to myself a lot since falling into these shadows. But with the Phantom, it's as though all my doubts have gained a voice of their own. She is the weakness in my heart. I know I'm alone here. Have the uncountable hours in the shadows whittled away the courage I never really had. I'm losing this fight. The darkness has found the cracks in my heart. Is this the last apparition before it takes me over?